Hey everyone, welcome back to CarVerseDrive, the channel where we explore the entire automotive universe, from the biggest stars to the hidden gems. Today we're taking a deep dive into a car that, for some reason, often gets left in the shadows of its more famous rivals. I'm talking about a true sleeper, a forgotten hero of the muscle car golden age, the 1966 Oldsmobile 442. You know the names that dominate the conversation: Mustang, Camaro, GTO Charger. They're the household names, the rock stars of the era. But while they were making all the noise, Oldsmobile was busy creating something special, something with a more refined, almost understated power. The 442 wasn't about flashy decals or screaming for attention. It was for the driver who knew. It was a confident, mature muscle car with a cosmic punch hiding under the hood. Let's start with that name, 442. It's not just a random number. It's a formula for performance. In 1966, it stood for a 400 cubic inch V8 engine, a 4-barrel carburetor, and dual exhausts. It was a declaration of intent. This wasn't just a regular Cutlass with some fancy trim. This was a purpose-built machine designed to deliver serious torque and put a smile on your face. Visually, the 66 model is, in my opinion, one of the best-looking cars of the decade. Look at these lines. It's clean, it's sharp, and it has this incredible stance. The split front grille, the subtle 442 badges, the elegant roofline, it all comes together to create a car that looks both sophisticated and menacing at the same time. It doesn't need to shout. The design speaks for itself. It has a presence that suggests it means business without being obnoxious about it. It's the kind of car that earns respect rather than demanding it. Now, the standard 400 V8 in '66 was a beast, putting out a very healthy 350 horsepower and a massive 440 pound-feet of torque. This was a torque monster. It was all about that low-end grunt that pushed you back in your seat the second you touched the throttle. But Oldsmobile didn't stop there. For the truly power-hungry, there was the legendary L69 option. This was the tri-carb setup, 3 2-barrel carburetors sitting on top of that big V8, bumping the horsepower up to 360. It was a street-legal racing setup, and it turned the 442 into an absolute weapon on the streets and the drag strip. It was Oldsmobile's way of saying, yeah, we can play that game too. Getting behind the wheel of a '66 442 is like traveling back in time. There are no driver aids, no touchscreens, no distractions. It's just you, a big steering wheel, 3 pedals if you're lucky enough to have the 4-speed manual, and that glorious V8. The steering is heavy. You feel every bump in the road, and the connection to the car is raw and unfiltered. It's a completely mechanical experience. You're not just driving the car, you're operating it. You feel the clutch engage, you hear the carbs open up, you feel that surge of torque as the rear tires fight for grip. And the sound, it's not the high-pitched scream of a European sports car. It's a deep, guttural, American V8 rumble. At idle, it has this menacing burble that hints at the power waiting to be unleashed. But when you open it up, it's a thunderous roar that echoes off the buildings. It's the kind of sound that gives you chills. It's the soundtrack of pure, unadulterated horsepower. Compared to its contemporaries, the 442 felt a bit more grown up. A GTO was a street fighter, a bit rough around the edges. A Chevelle SS was the all-American hero. The 442 was like the secret agent of the group call, composed but incredibly capable when the time came. The interior was often a step above its GM cousins, with better materials and a more luxurious feel. It was a car that could comfortably take you on a long cruise, but could also surprise pretty much anything that pulled up next to it at a stoplight. That's the real magic of the 442. It's a muscle car for the person who appreciates substance over style. It's for the driver who doesn't need everyone to know what they have, because they know it's the ultimate if you know car. It represents a time when performance wasn't just about 0 to 60 times printed in a magazine. It was about the feeling, the sound, the character, and the pure joy of driving in a universe crowded with bright, burning stars. The 1966 Oldsmobile 442 is like a hidden planet, quietly orbiting with its own immense gravitational pull. It may not have the mainstream fame of some of its rivals, but for those who have had the pleasure of driving one, its place in the Muscle Car Hall of Fame is undisputed. It's as a reminder that sometimes the greatest legends are the ones that don't make the most noise. They just get the job done, leaving a trail of thunder and respect in their wake. So, what do you think? Is the 1966 Oldsmobile 442 the most underrated muscle car of its time? Or is there another hidden gem you think deserves the spotlight? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear which forgotten legend you'd bring back into the limelight. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the CarVerse. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to CarVerseDrive, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Until next time, keep the passion for driving alive.